We are here on Real Estate in the Lowcountry, and joining me now is Beth Drake with Keller Williams. Nice to see you, Beth.
It's great to be here.
So some numbers just came out, I think earlier even today before we started filming.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about what the market's doing.
Well, here, every market's local, and our local market is still very hot. Right now, through the end of September, we only have a 1.8 month supply of homes.
Which is still really low.
And what that means is if everything on the market sold today, we'd be out of supply in less than 2 months.
Right.
So it's still a great time for sellers to sell.
Yeah.
The thing we were talking about earlier is if you're going to price your home, you need to price it more realistically. Whereas back in February of this year, we were pricing like a reach price. We'd price it 5% higher. Well, we're not seeing that now. Prices have stabilized, and if you price it right, your home's going to get sold.
Yeah. And so primarily the reason for that stabilization really is the fact that the interest rates have gone up a little bit.
That's right. And I think, as we were discussing, the federal government, they needed to slow down some of this inflation that was going on. And raising the interest rates is one of the first ways to do it.
Yeah.
I was at a national conference over the weekend, and to put it in perspective, if you look at historically, interest rates have been around 7%.
Right. I mean, it's not like we're talking that this is just huge numbers. It just seems huge from where we were.
Because it's just, I don't think we'll ever see interest rates that low again.
Right.
So it's still a very good time to buy real estate instead of paying rent somewhere.
Well, and if somebody is thinking about selling, they're still going to get a great price for their home. It's still way up in value than it was a year ago.
Yes.
So.
And we don't see that dropping.
Yeah.
There's too much demand for Hilton Head Island and Bluffton.
Yeah.
And with the another hurricane that went through Florida, we're even getting more people wanting to move here.
Yeah, because of course we dodged that bullet, which was great.
I know.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about, you do have a listing though, and that's in Palmetto Dunes, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's located mid-island.
Yes.
Lots of amenities, tennis courts. It's one of the best pickleball courts in the nation. They're always having tournaments there, and it's located close to all the shops. So one Strath is located just a short 10-minute walk to the beach, and it has a jaw-dropping 7 bedrooms and 6.5 baths.
Wow.
But yet it's nice and cozy. There's plenty of living areas, so even though you might have 16 people in the home, each person has their own little private place to get away.
Yeah.
You can see from the photos, it's beautifully decorated. It comes fully furnished. And yeah, and it's got a very private resort feel, luscious landscaping, palm trees, even a screen porch, which that's a little rare to find screen porch down here.
It is.
But it's so relaxing to come home from the beach and watch your children play in the pool, and while the adults are having a glass of wine or a cocktail. It's just a really fun, relaxing environment in this home.
Well, and obviously it would make a great primary residence, but of course I'm sure it does very well on the short-term rental market because it's such a desirable location.
It does. I believe it's topping about $140,000, and that's with the owners using it 6 weeks out of the year during prime time.
Wow.
So it could easily do 150, 160, which just kind of helps cover the cost, or you're getting good return on your investment as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know that you mentioned before we started filming that the master bedroom is on the first floor, which is really desirable right now as well.
It's spacious, and it has a nice walk-in shower and tub and granite countertops on the counters. And you can also walk straight out to the screen porch, so that's nice and private.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of the house, there's 4 more bedrooms, and each of those again have their own private bath. And then up the flight of stairs is another great room and 2 more bedrooms and 2 baths and an extra laundry area.
Oh, nice.
So it's got 2 sets of washer and dryers, has 2 dishwashers. It's got a lot of amenities, wine cooler.
Yeah.
Great 2-car garage, and this isn't an old house. It was built, I believe, around 2000, so it was custom built for the first owner, and they're the second owner.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
And real quickly, I know there's lots of amenities in Palmetto Dunes, which you already mentioned, but one of the things is the Dunes buggy that is going to take you right from that door to the beach.
Yeah, so that's an amenity that some people don't realize, that you just call up the Dunes buggy, and it's a nice large size van. You put your beach chairs and your coolers in there, and they'll just take you right to the drop-off, whichever one you want. Yeah. So that's a nice plus. And we were mentioning about the bike paths as well in Palmetto Dunes. And you don't have to cross 278 to go over to the shops.
Yeah.
There's a little bike path that goes underneath the road, so that's real safe for your children and yourself biking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you can get everywhere on this island on a bike.
You
if
can.
You want to.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does somebody see this property?
Just give me a call at 843-422-7500. I also have a video that I can send you as well if you want to email me at beth@bethdrake.com.
Thanks so much, Beth, and make
Thanks.
sure you're giving her a call if you'd like to see that property.
Thank you.